Hey, it's Sadie, and I wanted to come on and do a divine masculine energy reading today. So the energy that I'm getting, I've been seeing this card in my third eye for the last couple days, is this one, Eight of Cups. And what Spirit brought my attention to, especially in this deck and this card, is the open door. For whatever reason, energetically, there has been a door that is now opening. The divine masculine is starting to walk away from their past, starting to walk away from their old identity. They're doing a lot of spiritual healing, spiritual growth, doing a lot of personal growth, trying to really become better people. I'm hearing from that movie, As Good as It Gets, with Jack Nicholson, you make me a better man. That's absolutely how they feel about you. You've changed them, and they're understanding and recognizing that change and not fighting it as much as they have been, which is good. And so this open door is kind of like a doorway into the light, a doorway into a new beginning. For some, it's going to be more of like a reconciliation energy. For others, it's just going to be like a whole new fresh start. But there's a lot of this energy. I was pulling this energy when I did the weekly for this week. It's the Seven of Cups. Reason again why this deck is very, it's a good description of the Seven of Cups energy for the divine masculine right now, is because of there's a lot of energy around fantasy. It's like the fantasy. They're really fantasizing about you sexually, emotionally. They're fantasizing about what it would be like to be with you. But the thing about the fantasy is, like, I keep hearing the song lyric from, it's a U2 song, came out in the 90s, Even Better Than the Real Thing. It's like they're kind of stuck in the fantasy of you instead of actually taking action and trying to get things started with you. So that is sort of a sticking point for them right now, is there's a lot of energy around fantasy, and there's a lot of energy around dreaming about you and the idea of you and wanting you and being in a space where they're really wanting you, really desiring you. It's like you're always on their mind. You're always what they think about. They're always reminded of you. But some are like still kind of standing at this door, not truly walking through it yet to take the action to actually be with you. So that's a lot of the divine masculine energy right now. Interestingly enough, I did a daily tarot reading, and the card that came out was the Wheel of Fortune. And what Spirit was saying to me is this Wheel of Fortune, this sort of the ending of one karmic cycle and the beginning of new cycles. That's what this open door is. That's what this open door energy is. So for some divine masculines, the door is opening to their heart. They're just becoming more, they're coming to a place of acceptance of the connection and not wanting to run away from the connection anymore, and realizing that they need to walk away from the past to walk in your direction, okay? Because you're their light, you're the light of their life. For others, it's this, they've ended karmic cycles and ended situations that are allowing them to finally move forward. And that's why it's like the door is opening, and they're ready to kind of take the next steps, I'm hearing. But with this energy, and interesting enough, after I pulled this card for the daily read, these were the next 5 cards that flew out. So it really does pull into the divine masculine energy right now. Today is Saturday, ruled by Saturn. This is a very karmic card, the Wheel of Fortune, because it's about karma, it's about destiny, it's about luck, it's about fortune, it's about fate, it's about the things that are fated in our lives. And so with that, what was under it was the Page of Swords. So definitely you were being watched. Every step you take, every move you make, they are watching you. They are some are just planning the right approach, like wanting to, like, sort of like, For some of you, you are having limited communication, and they're really just sort of testing the water, like putting their toe in the water, like saying, hey, what's up? How you doing? You know, kind of gauging your temperature, gauging how you are going to receive them, gauging how you are going to respond to them. They're really seeing that before they take the next steps. For others, they're just watching what you're doing, watching where you're at. Even if you're not on social media, they may know people that know you, and they're keeping tabs through third parties. For some, it's just like they know like your routine, and they know things about you, and they're able to kind of watch you and keep tabs on you that way. So there's a lot of energy of spying, of lurking, of watching. You know, I always ask the guides, why do they watch so much? You know, what is it about watching? And what I was told was they watch so much because it makes them feel close to you. So even if the watching is irritating and frustrating, especially if you're not in communication or not having the communication that you desire to have with your divine counterpart, they're watching you because it's a way that they can feel closer to you. But it's like they're playing it safe. They're in that energy of like playing it safe, but still wanting to like be close to you in any way that they can. There is this indecision though. It's like, you know, timing I'm hearing. Is this the right time? Is this our time? Is this, you know, is it time for me to move forward? Is it time for me to commit? That's kind of their back and forth energy with this Two of Swords. There's some confusion, there's some indecision. It goes back into the Seven of Cups though, because what they were saying with the fantasy and illusion of the Seven of Cups is that it's not just about having other options. For some, really, you are their ultimate option. You are their ultimate choice. You are their choice, even though you don't know that yet. But these cups are like, for some, it's their own vices. That's what I'm hearing. It's like, if I choose the ultimate choice, if I choose this rainbow and this castle and this stability and this beautiful union, you know, I know I have to let go of like my other vices. I know I have to let go of like the things that sabotage my behavior, the things that, you know, could potentially cause problems and impact union. For some of them, these cups represent freedom. They represent, and so it's just the indecision is, you know, do I choose this person that I know that I love and that I know I'm sort of destined and fated to be with, or do I continue to choose my own freedom? And so that's a lot of the decision that the divine masculine is in right now. But with that, the Emperor, which is one of my divine masculine cards, because it is, you know, the Emperor is like the highest version of the masculine energy in the tarot. This is the leader, the father, the person who has, you know, who knows what they're doing, who makes good decisions, who, you know, is fair and just. For some of this, it represents your divine masculine, whether they are in a position of leadership, in a position of authority. For some, your divine masculine is older than you. For others, they're not older than you, but they do have that power, that leadership qualities. They may have their own business, or they may be trying to start their own business. And so this is absolutely representative of the divine masculine right now. The fours, again, are about foundations, stability, commitment. And so really the divine masculine is in a space where they're starting to commit more to themselves, to their growth, to their spirituality, to their, you know, to their own goals and dreams. And again, that's where this indecision of, you know, the timing comes in, is the desire to really commit to themselves and be the best that they can be, but also wanting to commit to you and also wanting to be with you, but not sure if it's the right time yet. What came after that, interestingly enough, is the divine feminine herself, the Empress. And when these two come up in a reading, for me, this is twin flame. You have the divine masculine, you have the divine feminine, okay? You have the 4 and you have the 3. And so with the divine feminine, it's like they're seeing you become everything that you are meant to be. They're seeing you grow. They're seeing how strong you are. They're seeing just how you glow. That's what I'm hearing. They're seeing how you glow. And like I said before, it's like you are the light in their life. They see this light that you emanate, and they're incredibly drawn to it. You just being you are magnetizing that masculine energy towards you. You're magnetizing your divine counterpart towards you. All right. And because of that, there is this potential. This is the open door. Ace of Cups, new love, new beginnings in love, an opening of heart energy, an opening of love overflowing, love pouring out. Especially with the Scorpio season, it's bringing up so many emotions that it's like, the emotions cannot be contained anymore. They're overflowing, okay? With that, the divine masculine song, there's a couple songs that came up. Let me pull them up. Give me 1 second, okay? So one of the songs, interestingly enough, was Boyz II Men, End of the Road. And I'm not going to read the whole lyrics, but I'll read the part that kept coming through. It's like, hold on. Girl, you know we belong together. I don't have no time for you to be playing with my heart like this. You'll be mine forever, baby. You just wait. We belong together. And you know that I'm right. Why do you play with my heart? Why do you play with my mind? And then so that's like the first part of the lyrics. But then it's the chorus that's really, although we've come to the end of the road, still I can't let go. It's unnatural. You belong to me. I belong to you. Although we've come to the end of the road, I still can't let go. It's unnatural. You belong to me. I belong to you. Now, the lyric of the beginning, why I read that, girl, you know we belong together. I don't have no time for you to be playing with my heart like this, is because the divine feminine right now, interestingly enough, is also in this energy. But some of you are choosing to walk away from this connection. Like you're choosing, you want something new. You're tired of the frustration. You're tired of the back and forth. And you're just deciding like, I just want to move forward. And so you're in this energy of wanting to move forward, of sort of wanting to let go of the connection. Maybe not permanently, but for now, because you are growing, you are stepping into your power, you are becoming the woman and the divine light being that you were meant to be in this world. And you realize like you've done and grown and healed so much. You want love, but you want it someone who's available. And for the divine masculine and their kind of stuck energy and their back and forth energy, it's like you're almost thinking, is it time for me to let this go? And so they're feeling that, and it's almost like the roles are reversing, where the divine masculine is feeling the divine feminine start to pull away. And that's why it's like they're going towards you, but now it's like they're the runner and you're the chaser, because you're just like, I'm ready for something else. I'm ready to be happy. I'm ready to move forward with or without my divine masculine. And so the song that came up for the divine feminine, and I just heard this song. I had never heard it before, but the lyrics were so on point that I was like, oh my God, I have to use this. It's a song called Renegade. And it's by a group called Big Red Machine, but Taylor Swift sings the lyrics. And so I'm going to read this song for the Divine Feminine right now. I tapped on your window on your darkest night. The shape of you was jagged and weak. There was nowhere for me to stay, but I stayed anyway. And if I would have known how many pieces you had crumbled into, I might have let them lay. Are you really going to talk about timing in times like these and let all your damage me and carry your baggage up my street and make me your future history? It's time. You've come a long way. Open the blinds. Let me see your face. You wouldn't be the first renegade to need somebody. Is it insensitive for me to say, get your shit together so I can love you? Is it really your anxiety that stops you from giving me everything, or is it just that you do not want to? When I heard that, I was like, oh shit, that is the Divine Feminine right now, like in her power fully, because it's like, at some point, this has to end. At some point, like a lot of the Divine Feminines are feeling sort of the frustration and feeling sort of like mixed feelings right now, because it's like, the Divine Feminine is very clear about what she wants, about what she desires. And she's been kind of in this sort of waiting game for the Divine Masculine for a very, very long time. But the Divine Feminine is tired of this energy. It's the Divine Feminine wants to make a decision. Divine Feminine is tired of Divine Masculine watching her, but not really reaching out to her. Tired of being breadcrumbed. Tired of feeling like, ready to give this cup, and they're just not in a space where they want to accept it. And so that's why that song is like really, really, it just really resonates with the Divine Feminine energy right now, because a lot of Divine Feminines are really asking, it's like, is it insensitive for me to say, get your shit together so I can love you? Is it really your anxiety that stops you from giving me everything, or is it just that you don't want to? And so it goes back to this energy, they're, as much as they want you, as much as they desire you, there is still like these cups, their vices, their concerns, their worries, their anxiety, am I, is it time to commit? If I commit, is it going to work out? If it doesn't work out, am I letting go of all my other options? For some it is third-party people. For others, it's their sense of control. And so it's an interesting energy right now, because it's like this open door is for both the Divine Feminines and Masculines. And it's kind of like a very interesting choice point. It's like whatever you choose is always going to be divinely guided and always going to be best for you. But it's not a straight path. It's not a straight path. And so really the message for the Divine Feminine, and I know this reading's a little bit different, but the energy is a little bit different. The main message for the Divine Feminine is choose your love and make your choice. If you absolutely love your Divine Masculine and that's what you want, and you love them enough to be willing and ready to wait, then make that choice. But if you have decided to choose yourself and your own joy and your own happiness, and you're tired of waiting and you're frustrated with the situation, make a different choice. Choose your love, make your choice, okay? Because whatever you choose for yourself, it's going to be right for you right now. Remember, just because union doesn't happen right now doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. Just because your divine counterpart is your divine counterpart doesn't mean that you can't have other beautiful, loving, divine relationships. We're not limited. And so that's what Spirit's really been saying, is like the limitations that we place upon ourselves are really our own limitations. It's not from the guides. It's not from Spirit. It's not from anybody else. It's just our own belief systems and our own limitations. And so choose your love, make your choice. If that's your Divine Masculine, choose them, fully commit to that, fully commit to the learning and the growth, whether you're in separation or not. If right now it's yourself and it's your own goals and happiness, and maybe finding somebody else who's better suited for you right here and now, choose that. Okay. So I know this is a different reading, but it's kind of the energy that's just wanting to come through right now. It's like, we're not bound. So fate is what you make it. That's from Terminator 2. I'm getting all these movie references lately, but I'll just go with it. Even though there are fated events and fated meetings and stuff like that, you still have free will. There's a variety, there's a variance of whatever you want to choose to experience within the realm of free will. And so just know that, fate is what you make it, and you're not doing anything wrong. If you decide, hey, I'd rather bring in a soulmate right now, or I'd rather just have another kindred spirit connection with someone where it's easier and it's lighter, that's okay. If you decide this is the time for me and my divine counterpart to be together, and I'm going to go for broke and I'm going to give 110%, that's okay too. Just make sure you're choosing your heart. Choose your love, make your choice. All right. So that is the energy that wanted to come through today. I know, a little bit of a different reading, but hey, I like to switch it up here and there. I hope everyone has a beautiful rest of their Saturday. Sending love. Take care.